Hey guys, Heatfireash here, and today I'm going to show you the most efficient way to get a 0-speed hidden ability Gigantamax Snorlax from a raid. Let's get into it. So I need to start this off by saying there is no fast way of getting the perfect Snorlax. You're trying to go for 0-speed IVs and then also hidden ability plus Gigantamax. It's going to be hard to get. So just get that out of the way. This is not going to be a super quick thing. But there is a really good method that's going to give you the best chance of getting it. And it was basically found out from this Discord. It is the Slow Snorlax Hunting Discord. And I'm going to have that linked down in the description below. Definitely check out this Discord. It's a whole group of people, a community of people, basically all trying to get this perfect Snorlax. They're going to be hosting raids on there, and then hopefully in return you would host raids for some of them. And basically people coming together as a community trying to get this perfect Pokemon. So definitely check out that Discord. It is a really great resource and basically where I found this method from. So, a couple things you're going to need to actually do this method. The first thing is you are going to need 3 different Ralts. And there's a couple different reasons for this because I'll show you the method in a second here. But once we get to the part where we're actually going to be spawning the Snorlax raids, we're going to need a way of testing if it has the hidden ability and if its speed is going to be very low, hopefully 0 IVs. So to do that, you're going to need 3 different Ralts. One for each different star. So there's going to be a 5-star Ralts, a 4-star Ralts, and a 3-star Ralts, depending on which Snorlax you find in your den. So all these Ralts need to have the trace ability. That's not the hidden ability, it's just a regular ability. So if you do get a Ralts, you can just breed it until you get one with trace, if yours doesn't already have that. And Ralts is pretty easy to find. It can be found just about anywhere in the wilds area. It pretty much just needs to be foggy or overcast. So if it's ever foggy or overcast, you should be able to find a Ralts, no problem. Just in the grass or in the overworld. Shouldn't take too long. And then you just need 3 of them. So I'm going to show you how I set these up because there's a certain speed stat you're going to need to know as well. But what the trace ability is going to do is when we throw this in against the Snorlax, it will take on Snorlax ability. So if it has the hidden ability Gluttony, we'll be able to see that right from the start. Because obviously if it doesn't have that, and most likely you want the Gluttony ability, so if it doesn't have that, you can just exit out and you don't have to worry about going through that whole fight without getting the right one that you need. So that's why we need Trace. And then the 3 speed stats we're going to need. We need one with 52. That's going to be for the 5-star raid. One with 39 for the 4-star raid, and one with speed of 32 for the 3-star raid. Now, the reasoning for these different speeds are, this is 1 speed higher than a speed boosting nature Snorlax with 0 speed. So what that basically means is that if you are outspeeding a Snorlax with these different speeds, then it is going to be a very low, possibly 0 speed. It's the best chance of getting the 0 speed. Like I said, it's still very rare, but at least this will tell us. So if we get into a raid, we throw out our Ralts, it traces the Gluttony ability, we know it has hidden ability, then we can see if we outspeed it. And if we do, then we know it's a pretty good chance of actually being the one we're looking for. So basically your Ralts, if you'd have just a non-speed boosting or speed decreasing, just a plain speed, and if they all have best speed, perfect speed IVs, then you'll need your Ralts to be level 43, 31, and 25. That will get you to the right speed stat. And then just make sure you use an Everstone for these so that they don't evolve, so they stay Ralts, because otherwise their stats are going to go up and not be right. So that's the first thing, Ralts. On to the next thing. You will need a couple wishing pieces. Minimum of 1, but probably a couple more. So I'm going to pick up a couple more, but I'm going to show you where we need to go. We're going to go to the wilds area in Hammerlock Hills. Okay, here at Hammerlock Hills. And you can go get some watts right here from this watt trader. I already have 23, so that's probably enough. I'm not going to buy any more, but that's where you can get some. So what we first need to realize is the concept of promoted raids. So there's sort of this cycle of promoted raids that the game has. These raids can appear in, I believe, any den, or nearly any den. You've probably noticed some of them just showing up all over the place, certain ones that you're gonna find just about everywhere. So the current Pokemon that can be in these promoted raids are Gigantamax Sandaconda, Dreadnought, Gigantamax Dreadnought, Gigantamax Corviknight, Centiskorch, and Gigantamax Centiskorch, as well as regular Snorlax and Gigantamax Snorlax. And these are between, oh, and also Gigantamax Butterfree. I forgot Gigantamax Butterfree. And these are going to be all between 3 and 5 star raids. So that's the first thing you need to know. And this is actually how we're going to eventually get to the Snorlaxes. But first, before we try to sort of manipulate the game to give us what we want, we need to clear out all of our dens. So all of our dens with the red beams or purple beams, we need to go to all of them and make sure that there are none of the promoted raids in them. All right, so if we go to one and we find, like, you know, a Gigantamax Dreadnought or something, that's going to be a promoted raid. We need to go ahead and just clear that out so it's not available. So I'm going to go ahead around to all of my dens and clear them out of any promoted raids that there might be. Okay, I've gotten all my dens cleared out of any of the promoted Pokemon, so I only have 2 beams left, and they are not promoted Pokemon, so I'm going to go ahead here from Hammerlock Hills, and we're going to go down into this den right here by this bunch of rocks here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and save our game here. And then we're going to use a wishing piece on this. And what we are doing is trying to find one of those promoted raids. So let's see if we got one. Promoted raids can only be red beams, by the way, not purple beams. So, all right. We did not get a promoted raid. So we're going to go on our bike over to this den. And now we're going to throw a wishing piece in here. And this is going to cancel out that other den. So I'll show you this. Yes, throw a wishing piece. And you see that other den went away. We canceled it out. So we're just going to keep doing this until we find one of the promoted raids. So let's look at, see this. Okay, Pinurchin. It's not a promoted raid. So we're going to go back to this one. And we're basically using these two because they're very close to each other. So just get another angle here so you can see that go away. And this is the reason you might need a lot of wishing pieces. It could take quite a while until you find a promoted raid. Okay, Onyx, that is not a promoted raid. I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'll come back once I find a promoted raid so I can show you what to do next. So I finally got a promoted raid in one of those dens, and it just so happens it is a Snorlax, which obviously is what I'm looking for. So I'll show you how you can reset it later if this is not the right promoted Pokemon that you want. But because it is, I'm going to show you just how we're going to check to see if this is right. So this is a 5-star, so we're going to switch Pokemon, and I'm going to use my 5-star Ralts, which should be the one with 52 speed. We're going to select that, and then we are going to not invite others, and we're going to go into the game. Now, keep watch at the beginning of this. We'll see on the left side of the screen here, the Ralts trace ability goes off, and we need to watch what ability it traces to see if it is Gluttony, the hidden ability of Snorlax. Throw a Ralts there, the trace goes off, and it is immunity, which is not what we're looking for. I guess what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and show you how the speed works. Even though this isn't the right ability, I'll show you how we can find out if it's the right speed. So because we have our Ralts with a 1 speed better than a plus speed 0 IV speed Snorlax, that's a mouthful. If we outspeed it, then we know that it has much lower speed. It would be around 0 or possibly 1. But if we don't outspeed it, then we know it's definitely not a good one. So we're just gonna go ahead and just use a move here and just see if we outspeed it or not. We don't care about the other Pokemon. We just care if we go before Snorlax. And we did go before Snorlax. So that means this Snorlax is a very, very low speed. So what we can do now, if this was one that we wanted to catch, with the right ability. We can just exit out of the game because we saved before it. Saved with the wishing piece. So we're just going to go ahead and do this and close. We can go back in and we know it will be that slow speed Snorlax. Although it did have the wrong ability. And I will show you right here. And see, it is still that Snorlax. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this raid. And I'm just going to show you what the speed stat actually is. So I'll be back. Okay, here is the Snorlax that we got from the raid. And then let's look at its speed stat here. So this one actually has 52 speed. So we actually won a speed tie against it with our Ralts. So with that, we know that it is definitely not 0 speed. And it is actually a speed down nature as well. So we can actually look at it in the box just to give you a better idea. And there it is, pretty good speed. Of course, we're looking for 0, no good speed. So that is not the one. So now I'm going to show you how you can reset. Okay, so here's that same Snorlax raid that we know does not have the right hidden ability. And now after looking at it, we also know that it does not have the correct speed. So this is also helpful to, if you catch it and it's not right, go ahead and just don't save your game. Just exit, close the game, and then get back. You'll be right back at this point. And so we got to do the date reset trick. Of course, I do have a video explaining how to do this exploit in kind of more depth. So I will have a link to that and somewhere on the screen probably, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it anyway. Hit invite others. And by the way, make sure you are offline for this because it's just going to mess other people up. So invite others here and then hit the home button. Go to system settings, scroll all the way down to system, go to date and time and change it 1 day forward. Hit OK, back all the way out. Go back into the game and then quit the raid. This is going to reset it. I'm sure you're familiar with this by now, though. And let's see what we got. Okay, so Butterfree. So what we did by putting this den as one of the promoted Pokemon, it's always going to be promoted now. So we can reset this as much as we want until we get what we're looking for. So basically, keep resetting this. Use the date reset until you get another Snorlax. Then go ahead back into it. Use your Ralts, depending on which 5, 4, or 3-star rate it is. See if it is the right ability, and if it is, see if you outspeed it. That's basically the best way of going through and finding that perfect Snorlax that you need. Of course, like I said before, this is going to take a long time. It's going to be hard to get even with using this method. It is still going to take a while, but this is the most efficient way to do this. So hopefully this guide helped you guys out to figure out how you can get that hidden ability 0 speed Gigantamax Snorlax. Like I said, I got this information from the Discord listed below, the Slow Snorlax Hunting Discord. Please check that out and join the community there. It is a really great community, so definitely give them a look. But if this did help you at all, please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I really want to see what kind of Pokemon you guys are catching. Did any of you get that elusive Gigantamax Snorlax? And by subscribing, you can stay up to date with all my latest content. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.